So this is right inside of the city walls here. Of course, you have a weaponsmith and armor smith that you can trade with. Down the ramp here this is the general market as utilized right now. So here's another a merchant you can buy food and drink from that does the same stuff as your other consumables up here. Other quest givers, again, not quite high enough to interact with her over this one. This is a trader. Now, the trader is where you can do various things. I'm going to right click on them. Now, I can store items. Okay, so if I have something that I want to store, not carry on me, but I don't want to get rid of it, I can store it here. Now, if you see, it's kind of hard to tell, but these top two layers or top two rows here are a little bit lighter color than the bottom ones, which means I can utilize these, but I can't utilize these. Now, the way to utilize these lower ones is, one, either buy enough, use FunCom points to buy access to more bank slots, or to go fully paid to play. So one of the two. So I can store things here. I can also, if I store something here, let's see if I can do it with this. So if I store something here, right click on it, I can then offer it for sale. Okay. So if Grisman finds a nice sword somewhere, but he's not something he can use, as opposed to sell it to a merchant, I could maybe offer it for sale to other players, and chances are I'll get a little bit more coin from another player than I would from a merchant. So I can choose here, do I want to sell this stuff for some tin, silver, or copper, silver, or gold? Okay. So I don't want to do that right now. I want to keep this. Another thing I could do is attach it to a mail. Okay, I can send mail using the postal service, and I can actually mail this to another character, whether it be one of my own or somebody else, if I just want to give it to somebody. Okay, or I can simply delete the item. So those are things you can do there under the store and sell. I'm going to put this back over here because I will probably need that. Going to the other side here, postal service. Again, this is where I can compose a letter to another character, mostly so that I can send equipment. I can either attach a piece of equipment or even some money here. And then I can send it to another character. Okay, so that's one way. Maybe if you have two characters and one character has a really nice item that the other character could use, character A could then mail that item to character B. So we have nothing going on here. And then in your center buy, this is the world market, so to speak. This is where you can look for items that you can purchase from other players. And if you see a couple things here, usable items only, which means that if I select, let's go to two-handed blunt, okay, and I can select the location. If we're talking armor pieces, power level, you'll see here mundane, superior, enchanted. So my club here, okay, you see how it's just a white, white. So that's a superior. Enchanted items will be things like, see, I don't think I have. Oh, here we go. Pirate ring, enchanted. See how it's labeled in green? That's an enchanted item, which means it's i.e. magical. Then there's rare items, and these are rare, but you will find at least one, if not two or three, while adventuring through the Tortage area. Then there's epic level items and legendary level items. These are truly rare. Okay, it's very, very uncommon to come across any of these. Okay, anyway, I normally just leave this on all. If there's a specific item I'm looking for, I know how to spell it, I can put it there. But if I just simply do this, I will get all sorts of two-handed blunt weapons, but I can't use any of these because they're level 50, level 26. So what's useful to me is to click on usable items only, then search, and then it'll show me everything that I can use level wise or class wise. Okay, so it's useful to be able to find something that you can currently use right now. If you wanted to look for something that you could use in a couple of levels, maybe not right now, but a couple of levels, you have to unclick this, hit the search, and now what I would do is I would sort it. Instead of sorting it over here by the name, click on level, and it'll sort it by level, starting at the bottom. So I can then scroll down here, and the next level up of things that are being sold is this big Pictish club, but I have to wait till I'm level 10 to be able to get a hold of it. So I'm not going to worry about trying to purchase that because there's no point at this point to get that. So that's how that buying works. Okay, I could, if I wanted to, look for. Let's see. I don't know if I can do medium. I think I can utilize medium armor at some point. Yeah, we can. Again, these are all things that are outside of my my level, so I can't use any of them. Okay. So I have to wait until at least level 10 before I can utilize any of these things. So one thing that I can look for is a backpack. Now, why do I want a backpack? Because if you look over here, this is the limitations of my inventory right now. So I can look up backpack. You look up usable items, so something I can use, and you'll see that there's satchels, haversacks, and these are all player made. Okay, these are all player-made items. Either player-made or sometimes people you can find these on an enemy that you've defeated. This one here, Commander's Haversack. It's a level 1 item, which means pretty much anybody can use it. It has 64 additional slots. 64. However, it's also cost 300 gold, which is a lot. So there's no way I can afford that. So we'll scroll back up here to the top. So I could afford, with the money that I've got, I could afford either a haversack, which gives me 20 additional slots, or a satchel, which gives me 16 additional slots. Considering that the satchel here is only 6 silver, of which I probably only had, I don't think I even had a full silver until I opened that one cache. So this is probably the better way to go. So I'm going to buy this, and that now I bought that from another player. So how does that other player get it to me? They mail it to me in the post, and it automatically does it for me. Click on postal service, and now I've got a letter, and it has an attached satchel. So I want to take all the attachments, which puts my satchel up here in my inventory. Delete that. I could always write a thing back saying thank you for the satchel. It's not common for people to do that, but you could if you wanted to. Anyway, so I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going to pick up my satchel, and I'm going to put it here in this box down here. Okay, I get to carry one backpack, but now you can see that I've got more spaces to store things, including a second page. Okay, so I can either click on, but if I say picked up something, I used it. If I pick up something, okay, to put it in another slot, I can't really click on the thing arrow, but if I just simply scroll down over top of it, it'll automatically turn for me, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Automatically turn back to the first page, and here we go. All right, so that's the trader, and that's a quick overview of how to use the trader. Okay, a trader as opposed to traitor. So anyway, we're gonna run back up here. So now there's more to Tortage obviously than this. There's a little circle here. Tortage, there's one big circle running around the primary citadel there. Yeah, you hush. And that's how you can reach most things. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do here is go to the Thirsty Dog Inn. You see, I put my cursor over top of the sign, and it translates what's the cartouches there, or the writing into our English that we use in this world. So that's the Thirsty Dog Inn. Of course, I can see the picture up there as well. So I need to go in here, because remember, I've got that letter I have to give to that one character that Longer asked me to. Okay, so I right-click on the door. See, the door lights up.
Master Ulrich shares his concern with you all.
There we go. Here's the inn. And here's Tina, who I have to give the letter to. I'll right-click on her.
Always ready. I am. Why do you ask? A note? Let me see. Oh, well, thank you for bringing me this. Is there anything I can do for you?
Okay, well, if you remember what Calanthus told us when we first were shipwrecked on the beach, we need to go find Nadini, so...
The old seer? She hasn't seen many visitors lately. She lives by herself in an alley to the southeast. You don't want to be seen with her. The Red Hand have eyes everywhere, and they've little love for Nadini. Wait until nightfall, when the city is clad in darkness, and the guards are drunk.
Right. I can say, no, I'll go now, I can handle myself, but basically it won't let you really do it. So, I'm going to wait till the sun has set.
My bed is upstairs. No, don't get ideas. I'm not offering myself to you.
Again, this is a mature game.
Days efforts. What have you been doing outside the city walls? Use the bed, then go and speak with Nadini after dark. You'll find her shack in an alley to the southeast of this inn. One thing you'll learn fast in Tortage is that all the important business goes on when the moon rises.
Right. So you'll see it says night single player. So there's a Destiny quest, which is a series of quests, and that's a single player thing. So you don't have to worry about dealing with other character players or other PCs. It's totally by yourself to do this. So that's the nighttime. Daytime is when you want to play with other players, which is where I spend a lot of my time. But anyway, we're gonna use her bed and take a nap, and then pick back up at nighttime. And we need to go see Nadini. So we'll go back out the door. And you'll see it is now dark outside. And we're going to run through here. Now, Nadini's hut is to the right across this little thing here. And also, you don't see any other player characters running around. You don't see any guards for the most part. This little box over here will tell you, welcome to Tortage at night. After accepting the Destiny quest from Tina, you have switched to nighttime and Tortage. Here you can exclusively pursue your Destiny quest. You do not share Tortage night with any other online players. Almost all merchants and traders are unavailable at night. There is at least one merchant that you can utilize at night if you fill up. Your equipment gets filled up and you need to get rid of a few things. There is one merchant, and I'll show you that merchant here in a minute. So, go in here, talk with Nadini.
All questions have answers, if you know where. Who told you this? You are not one of Strom's minions, are you? I want nothing to... Then you cannot be one of Strom's men. Know this, friend. The tyrant of Tortage lets few...
We don't know anything about ourselves. We have kind of some amnesia. We don't really remember, other than the fact that we swing clubs at people.
You bear a sinister mark on your flesh that pains me just to look upon it. Hide it from the eyes of others, for it is an omen of destiny. But as to your past, is that so? It was written in the resolve with the priestess Belessa. She is a servant of Mitra. It is the heart of the city, as I'm sure you will learn. We will meet again.
Okay. So that sigil she's talking about on my chest, you can see right there this tattoo right here. This is the mark of Acheron, as they refer to it in the game, and it's a story-based thing. All the characters, all PCs have this mark because it's part of their Destiny quest here. This is basically an extended tutorial here in Tortage. You learn a whole lot about how to play your character, how to play your type of character class, and you accomplish quite a bit before you actually head off to your actual homelands. So we need to go find Belessa. She's here at the Thirsty Dog Inn. So we'll go back inside. Now, if you are a soldier character type or archetype, you're going to wind up dealing with Sigurd for your Destiny quest. He's going to be the guy who kind of guides you. If you are a rogue, a barbarian, or an assassin, or a hunter, then you're going to use Tina is going to be your main point of contact. If you are a caster, necromancer, demonologist, or something like that, this fella here, Cramelico, I think, is going to be your contact, so you'll deal with him quite often. And then lastly, if you're a priest, you'll use Belessa over there. This is the one merchant that you have access to during your nighttime stuff, so you can sell stuff to her if you run out of room. So I'm going to come over here and talk to Belessa.
The light welcomes you.
Now you'll see that I've got some dialogue options here, but I also could tell her that I want to eventually my companions go back to day, which is multiplayer, which is where you spend quite a bit of your time. So let's talk with her
She
first.
would only do that if you walk a path of holiness. So tell me, faithful one, how can I help you?
Cannot recall anything in my life before I was shipwrecked here.
You tread a treacherous path, for a servant of the faith, lost in the chaos of Tortage, is a tempting victim for malicious powers. With the divine guidance of your gods, I will help you regain your memories, and first, I will gift you with some help. This should to see one's homeland again is a desire shared by many on the island, but it will have to wait. Strom rules Tortage with a closed mind and an iron fist. The harbor is blockaded by his pirate vessel. You can help me just as I help you, for your near death and rebirth means you are unknown here. I have grave deeds I require assistance with. An agent of the King of Aquilonia was kidnapped by Strom's assassin Quesado and taken to White Sands Isle. There he was to be killed away from the sight of anyone loyal to King Conan.
King Conan. Oh, we're talking about Conan already.
I've yet to understand why the Aquilonian king sent this old man Arius as his agent. A warrior friendly to our cause helped Arius escape his execution, but the old man is badly hurt. I offer you the following deal. Aid him, and I will aid you. Take a rowboat behind the dock and hand this potion to the old man when you find him.
Alright, so I need to go to White Sands Isle, take a potion to Arius, and I've already completed this portion, so I get a hammer now.
Seek your future.
Good. Alright, so we know we have to do nighttime for our Destiny quest, but I really want to play more in our daytime, so we're going to go back, we're going to talk to her again, ask her to go daytime.
So you wish to travel during the
Yes, and then I'll go back to daytime. Now when I've played a few more levels and I'm ready to go back and finish the Destiny quest, I go simply back to Belessa, who again is down here, and tell her that I wanted to pick up where I left off on the nighttime quest. Okay, so it's a good little thing. Switch out. Now I got a big old hammer, and I think we're going to stop right here. Okay, I'm probably going to wind up playing a few levels, and then I'll show you some more stuff when I finish those levels. We'll come back and I'll show you some new things. So I'm going to be spending some time leveling things up. One last thing I did want to show you before I go. If you look down here at this bottom bar, there's these combat slots and these ability slots and all this kind of information and experience bar. Right here, you'll see this little meter, and this is a latency meter. Okay, this is basically if you start having lag in your connection, this will turn from green to yellow to red. You can put your cursor down here and you can see, what your frame rate is and your latency, etc., etc. So if you realize that things don't seem to be looking right, look down here real quick and you'll see if you're actually suffering some lag. If you are, just pause and wait, and the game should either catch up or you get kicked out, one of the two. So it's something that is kind of nice to know. You can look down there and like, oh, wait, okay, I just gotta wait for things to catch up. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.